welcome back to my channel. Today I'm showing off the new Aclam Dr. Robert V3 pedal. This is Aclam's latest version of their famous Dr. Robert pedal that came out in 2019 and really blew up. Noel Gallagher plays one of these. It's used on a ton of pedal boards, and it's able to recreate some very specific Beatle-y 1960s tones that I've never heard elsewhere unless you happen to have the amp that it's based on, which is the Vox UL730 amp that the Beatles used in 1966 and 67, and this pedal recreates the transistors in that amp. It was a hybrid amp of tube and transistor solid state, which was very unusual back then and still is. So the pedal recreates those awesome tones, and Klaus Voormann, who created the Revolver album cover design, actually made a unique cover for this pedal. The artwork that you see is by Klaus Voormann. So the Dr. Robert, very popular, but there's some limitations to it. It only has one EQ knob, the mids knob. You can dial in the trim pots inside the pedal to get some more brightness or darkness depending on what amp you use or guitars you use. But essentially all you had was this mids knob, which I personally like to just crank all the way to get those nasally kind of tones. You had a volume and you had a gain knob, as most overdrive pedals do. And then you had the Mach Schau section, which creates more distortion, and it just has a singular volume knob for that section. There's no gain knob. But this new Dr. Robert is really cool because there's some extra functionality that you have in it. So whereas this one, the V2, originally just had the mids knob, now you have bass and treble knobs underneath this mids knob here. And as well, you have the Mach Schau section. You have a gain knob to dial back or dial in more distortion out of that specific section. So it's a really great new take on the Dr. Robert. You can get the same tones, as you'll see when I demo it in a second, but now you have all this extra tweaking you can do. So the last new feature in the Dr. Robert V3 is a secondary function. When you click both foot switches, it opens up a new range of gain. And this was something that they started doing on the Go Rocky Go, actually. When you click both foot switches on the Go Rocky Go in your distortion section, it enabled crunch mode with blue LEDs, and that opened up a whole new shade of gain that was really interesting. I really love the crunch mode on the Go Rocky Go for kind of more, just a different flavor than what you would hear in the amp itself. So with the Dr. Robert V3, what's interesting is that the stock mode that matches the V2 Dr. Robert is yellow LEDs. And the reason that's interesting is that the Dr. Robert V2 has white LEDs originally, as you'll see in a second. And so the yellow LED section of the V3 matches essentially the original Dr. Robert, but if you click both foot switches, it turns white. And the white LED section of the new V3 basically reduces the amount of gain, and it cleans up the whole pedal. You can use it both in normal, drive, and the Mach Schau sections. I'm going to be comparing both V2 and V3 pedals side by side with two different guitars, and it will take you through all the different functions and switches and settings. So take it away, Sam. All right, so we have the Dr. Robert V3 on the left here, the Dr. Robert V2 on the right. And as I mentioned before, the yellow LED mode of the V3 matches the original V2 settings. So for now, let's just go between the V2 and the V3. I'm playing my 52 Hot Rod Tele into my 1965 Fender Bassman, and this is the clean tone. Here's the V2 Dr. Robert. And the V3. as you can hear, the V3, you have to really match the EQ settings to get closer to the V2 because there's so much power on tap with these EQ knobs. I could show you later on how you can get accentuated EQ, much more treble out of it. But for now, they're sounding pretty close, and the V3 sounds great. So let's get into the Mach Schau mode of the V2. And the V3. They're getting pretty close. The V3 obviously has the MS gain, the Mach Schau gain knob, so it allows you to dial that back, get cleaner tones. I think there's a little bit more on tap in terms of the dirt on the Mach Schau gain knob, but right now they're sounding really close, really great. So how about now I show you some more of the functionality of the V3, what it can do outside of the V2. Cool. I just wanted to give you a sense of how far the gain knobs could go, the EQ knobs could go. As you can tell, there's a lot more on tap with the V3. in terms of settings. So how about now I will get a different guitar and we'll go through the white LED mode of the V3. Okay, so I have my 1970 Gibson SG Special, a great guitar, with much hotter output pickups. So I'm going to be now showing you the white LED mode of the V3. So here's the, yellow mode, which is hotter than the white LED mode, but the yellow, as I mentioned, matches the stock settings of the V2. Now, if you hold down both foot switches, it enables the white LED mode, and this just cleans up the signal a bit. So people who were complaining about the Dr. Robert only having a certain amount of gain, too much gain with the Mach Schau, now you have a lot of options with this knob and the white LED mode. So first I'll show you the yellow mode once again. And here's the white mode. Oops. And show you that without the Mach Schau. And yellow again. And let's do white mode with a little more gain. Alright, so as you can hear, the white mode is really nice to get just a more, clean level signal, and just there's so many shades in there of gain. Let's do some more Mach Schau stuff for you in the white mode, but let's turn the gain up a little bit. Let's do the yellow. Let's remind ourselves what the V2 sounded like. So obviously the yellow mode has a really nice amount of distortion and it sounds great, but some of those cleaner sounds might be nicer with the white mode with this Mach Schau gain knob rolled back a bit. Nice. I got carried away there because it's just a great sounding pedal. Both of them. I really do think the V2 still holds up despite it not having a lot of extra features. It just has a great bass tone, B-A-S-E bass tone. And the V3 obviously can do a lot more. So I don't know. I love both of them. I don't think I will get rid of one of them now that I have two. That's how much I like both of them. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining me with this tone exploration. I think that the V3 is obviously fantastic, and I hope that you'll go check it out. And Aclam's other pedals, the Rocky and the Macher, because if you're a Beatles fan, they are pretty much essentials if you want to get some of those 66 to 68 tones especially. But for non-Beatles fans, I really do think there's other stuff here. As you were hearing me play some more indie Radiohead kind of stuff, it's a musical sounding instrument. The pedal itself is musical, and it has the FET transistor in it. Whether you love the Beatles, whether you are more of a metal fan, you saw me do a bad attempt at some drop D metal stuff there. I think that there's something for everyone with Aclam. So thanks again, Aclam. Thank you guys for joining me, and have a good one.